The Redmi Note 8 was released 8 months after the launch of the Redmi Note 7, alongside the Redmi Note 8 Pro, kind of like its younger sibling, with lower specs and a slightly smaller battery capacity. But like the Note 8 Pro, it does have that quad camera setup at the back with an impressive 48 megapixel primary camera, an ultra-wide angle lens, depth sensor, and a dedicated macro camera. Plus, it has a premium glass sandwich design with Gorilla Glass on both sides, usually found on flagships or premium devices. And you get all these features at a budget-friendly price of only Rs 10k, and the price factor for which Xiaomi and now Redmi has made a significant name for themselves, and the business model which others are copying successfully. The free soft case provided here is a definite step up towards strong quality production, and is totally different from the weak ones they usually used to provide, and now is more similar to the good quality ones provided by Oppo and Vivo. A special mention to the fact that for a device costing just 10k, the look, in-hand feel and the aura fluid glass design of the Redmi Note 8 is pretty impressive. In fact, Redmi is the only brand which gives premium glass design smartphones at this low budget price range as compared to plastic bags. Before starting with the tests, a quick look at the heavy gaming performance for those of you who also want good performance along with the quad camera feature. The Redmi Note 8 comes equipped with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 665 processor in combination with Adreno 610 GPU, and similar to other devices with the Qualcomm 665, the Note 8 also defaults at low graphics settings in PUBG at low frame rate settings. It may not be the best chipset for serious gamers or perform as smoothly like the Snapdragon 675, 712 or the MediaTek Helio G90T on the Redmi Note 8 Pro. But as you can see, it gets the job done for the most part with a few stutters along the way, and is also pretty decent in general performance. Next up, checking out the audio quality of the bottom firing external speakers on the Redmi Note 8 in the sound test. The overall audio quality of the Note 8 is nothing to complain about because of its wholesome sound output with good clarity and loudness for enjoying media and taking calls. Next up, starting the water test to see if the Redmi Note 8 has any water resisting capabilities. Important points to note is that the Redmi Note 8 is protected by P2I water resistance, same like the Redmi Note 8 Pro, and a rubber seal in the SIM tray for protection against splashes and light rains. So is mostly expected to do well in my water test. As usual, starting the test to check the presence of an oleophobic coating on this Corning tempered glass protection on both sides. This oleophobic layer helps to lessen fingerprint smudges to a great degree, and its presence is proved when water rolls off the glass in the form of droplets instead of sticking to the glass surface. And as you can see, the oleophobic coating is present on both the front and the back of the Note 8. The most common effect of water on phones with no official IP rating is the distortion and low sound from the external speakers, which may last for a few seconds in some devices to many hours in others and can permanently damage the sound on the display unit. Besides that, there have been other instances of screen flickering or the display going blank for several hours or total display damage like in the Asus Zenfone 5Z. But in recent times, budget devices of Realme and Redmi have been performing well in my water tests. So will the Redmi Note 8 be able to pass the light splashing onto heavy drenching? Everything seems to be going fine and heading towards a heavy drenching round as normal without the sound being affected too much. But things take an unexpected and unfortunate turn for the worse. As you can see, the display has gone blank and does not seem to turn on no matter if the power button was pressed or with the fingerprint scanner, and it pretty much stayed this way on a permanent basis. If you notice from the system sounds, the phone is functioning as normal except that the display has completely stopped responding even though the touchscreen still works as normal. Anyways, let's continue with the scratch and bend test, which was conducted more than 24 hours later after the water test failed. The scratch test will prove the quality and scratch resistance of the glass provided by the company by rubbing it with common atoms found in pockets and the blade of a heavy-duty box cutter. Lower quality tempered glass protection with pre-applied plastic screen protectors on most budget devices provided by companies such as Oppo, Vivo and Realme are not able to handle the blade, have no oleophobic coating and suffer from ugly scratch marks. Whereas high quality Corning glass protection on devices like the Redmi Note 8 itself and even lower priced Redmi devices are able to handle the blade abuse with ease. Will the 2.5D glass protection on both sides of the Redmi Note 8 survive the scratches? The test has proved once again the scratch resistant capabilities of Corning glass protection. The Redmi Note 8 passes my scratch test without suffering any major or minor scratches. As you can see, the display is still blank after more than a day and not yet coming on. But anyways, let's continue. Next, moving on to fun stuff with value, the bend test, to know the structural strength and build quality of this premium glass sandwich design. If you remember, previous Redmi devices which were bend tested on the channel have not particularly done well and have either failed completely or broken near the power case and SIM tray like the Note 7 due to not so good build quality. On the other hand, the build quality and plastic midframe of the Redmi Note 8 seems to be doing great in holding up to the bend pressure. The degree of flex is almost negligible and very less compared to the Note 8 Pro, which had suffered a crack on the SIM tray due to high amounts of flex. Redmi has really stepped up its game in the structural strength and build quality department compared to previous weaker builds which had failed, and the Redmi Note 8 here passes my bend test without breaking a sweat. I guess bend tests have made a real contribution towards brands improving the build quality for consumers.